Find the exact value of the following expressions. So sine inverse of sine 9 pi over 8 and sine inverse of something, the answer should come out to be in between negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. That is from here to here. Okay, if this angle is in here, then we can simply cancel sine inverse and sine. Unfortunately 9 pi over 8 is not here, so we need to bring this 9 pi over 8 to somewhere in the first or in the second quadrant, so that we can cancel the actions of sine inverse and sine and write down the answer. So 9 pi over 8, let's look at that. 9 pi over 8, that's 9 over 8 pi, so bigger than pi. So here is pi, 0, half pi, 3/2 pi. So this one is little bit bigger than pi, because 9 over 8 is little bit bigger than 1. So it's somewhere here. Okay, so 9 pi over 8 is this angle. But we are supposed to bring this one either in here or here. Okay, so 9 pi over 8, so sine 9 pi over 8, sine has negative value here. If you go through, all students take calculus, only tangent and cotangent are positive, so sine is negative. So sine is positive here, sine is negative. So for 9 pi over 8, this angle, we need to write down corresponding angle here, equivalent angle here. So to figure that out, we need to know how the reference angle here. So what is this? So let's subtract pi from 9 pi over 8. 9 pi over 8 minus 1 pi. This pi is same as 8 pi over 8, because 8 cancel, just pi. So 9 pi minus 8 pi over 8, so pi over 8. So this reference angle is in fact pi over 8. So this will be the same, pi over 8, but in negative direction, then negative pi over 8. Okay, so sine 9 pi over 8, this angle has same value as sine negative pi over 8. So this one is same as sine inverse of sine negative pi over 8. Sine negative pi over 8 is same as sine 9 pi over 8. Now sine inverse and sine cancel, we can cancel their actions because negative pi over 8 is in the correct place. So the answer is pi over 8, negative pi over 8. Okay, now it's the same thing like previous. Okay, tangent inverse of tangent, negative 3 pi over 8, and tangent inverse is also negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. If this angle, okay, this angle is in between negative pi over 2 to pi over 2, then we can simply cancel tangent and tangent inverse and done. Okay, negative 3 pi over 8, let's look at this. So we want to be in between negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. Negative 3 over 8, if you punch in your calculator, this is less than half. So less than half means it will be somewhere here. So in terms of negative, it will be bigger. So yes, negative 3 pi over 8 is indeed in this range. So we can simply cancel the actions of tangent and tangent inverse. That leaves negative 3 pi over 8. Done. Cosine inverse of cosine negative 2 pi over 3. Again, cosine inverse of something, the final answer should be 0 to pi. Here or here. Okay, should be bigger than 0, less than pi. If this angle is in 0 to pi, somewhere here, then we can simply cancel cosine inverse and cosine. Unfortunately, negative 2 pi over 3 is not in the first, because negative means we have to go this way somewhere. The good news about cosine of negative angle, as we know, cosine is an even function. So cosine of negative angle is same as cosine of positive angle. Tangent and sine are odd functions. So if we have like sine or tangent of negative angle, the negative would come outside. So we can rewrite this question as cosine inverse of cosine negative 2 pi over 3 is same as 2 pi over 3. Now 2 pi over 3 is in the second quadrant somewhere. Okay, we were supposed to get cosine inverse of something in between 0 and pi, and we got 2 pi over 3. That's in the second quadrant in the right place. That means we can cancel the actions of cosine inverse and cosine. That leaves 2 pi over 3. Final.